The following podcast may contain some strong language. Listener discretion is advised. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this special Christmas edition of Hallmark of Greatness, a show where we aggressively sing share songs at you while you struggle to eat a meatball made of Hallmark films.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I'm Joe, and with me as always, he's been here only 6 weeks, but he's already attempting to start a military coup. It's James.
I thought this was still on lamb shanks and share nonsense and plastic walls.
That guy, wasn't it, who was there for 6 weeks? Malcolm or whatever.
He was a hotel manager. No, he was a restaurant manager that became a hotel manager.
God, I've forgotten about Harold Danger. There was a whole bunch of shit I could have done about him.
Harold, did they not do the theme tune to the Peep Show?
No, but you made that joke when we did it last week.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't remember.
And he is Britain's only importer of fine Sicilian plastic walls and legal documents. It's Planty.
Do you believe?
Oh, don't. And if you would like to keep up to date with all of the Hallmark of Greatness gossip, you can follow us on Twitter at Hallmark of Great, all one word, or we are on Instagram and Facebook and Blue Sky at Hallmark of Greatness. Or if you inexplicably run a charity shop in a small town that has no need for poor people, you can email us at hallmarkgreatness@gmail.com. It's Christmas time. Are we excited?
Absolutely.
Planty's got his Christmas jumper on.
Yeah.
It's not a video podcast. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I don't know, but it just adds to the feel of it all. I put my Christmas decorations up. My front room is now there's planes landing in there constantly.
Is there a window between Diwali lights and Christmas lights in your house, or do you just keep them up and add to them?
Just kept them up, mate. I'm not taking them down.
Absolutely. You're like the council in Bradford.
Yeah, I'm not.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah,
it was an effort. I have to get the ladders out again. It's not worth it. I'm thinking about keeping them up all year. To be honest, I quite like it. Oh
yes, please. I'd love that.
Not all the Christmas lights, but the ones on the wall and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it adds a certain something or other in French. Yeah.
A certain 20-year-old actor out of 500 Days of Summer or something.
Yeah,
one of those kind of manic pixie dream girl house. That's what you live in.
No, if they were all chili peppers or smiley faces or something. No, these are just cheap ones off Amazon. I think they were.
Your house is going to burn down if you leave them on too long.
Well, the front room will go up a treat because it's 90% kebab shop decorations at this point. So in yet another break from the from the broadcast format that we normally have, which was TV shows, we're going back because it's Christmas and you've got to return to your hometown at Christmas as per the rules, the tradition, the old charter. So we're doing a classic new Christmas film this week, and that is not that button.
No, it isn't. No, weird.
Bastard. 2024's Hot Frosty. Now, I know you think that might sound like a weird sexual position, but it's not, or it could be. This is part of the Netflix cinematic universe, which is now a thing.
Apparently.
It is. It's existed ever since they did that Princess Switch. As soon as they started referencing their own films in other films, I was like, they're building to something here, and I hate it.
It's surely not as bad as that horror universe made up of characters that are no longer copyrighted. Like the Winnie the Pooh, Pinocchio, the Grinch one.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of it building towards some sort of holiday Avengers.
Yes. Holiday Showdown. Hosted by Ainsley Harriott.
New Year's End.
Oh, yes, please.
Ooh, rub your meat. Yeah. But as it is a proper film and stuff, and we found it lurking behind the budgeons in a ditch covered in its old effluence, it is.
So much tinsel. I'm just going to add effluence to the list of liquids that the thing needs. That is the sound of the carefully wrapped story cracker of gold, which is hope for the holidays. Once again, though, it's run out of saline solution, and hence the need to monetize everything, which is why today we're sponsored by Big Strides. Buy several if you dare.
Now, do you mean like taking big strides, or do you mean trousers that are big? Because
I instantly thought trousers is where I went.
Either works. I'm a big fan of just monetizing taking large steps.
Yeah.
Hot Frosty 2024, it thought, is about Mary Hot, a simple village mince pie crafter who's a bit down on the holidays because she is a big atheist. The holiday gets interesting, however, when she bumps into Angus Frosty, a Turkish turkey purveyor who actually met Meatloaf while eating a meatloaf, and whose favourite thing about Christmas is Brazil nuts. Christmas is imperiled when dynastic events ensue in the Klaus household and the unlikely duo must work together. Will they open a very special present? My sources say no.
Oh, it's disappointing.
Angus Frosty is a tremendous name.
Yeah.
And what was it? Mary Hot sounds like the worst porn lady. Although I did find out there was one called Michelle Moist the other week, and I was like,
"Oh no, there's no need. There's no need."
Yeah.
I mean, you've not even tried, have you? You've not even tried.
I don't know what's
try.
better, like Michelle Moist or like Wet Susan, like. Anyway, this isn't very festive.
Sandpaper Sandy. Sandy paper. There you go.
Mate, don't. We started trying to do because a lot of people still don't use Twitter and that. So for the wrestling one, Damn It Vacant, we thought we'll do a Facebook thing then. So you can't use Damn It as a page.
All right.
Yeah. So I was like, we'll just put DV podcast, and then someone went, no, because that means something else. And I was like, what? Yeah, think of Orgasmo, mate.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me.
Now get over here. You're going to make me come, or I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Very good.
You ever had 4 in you? No, thank you. Yeah. Christmas.
Stuncock.
That's what you should. Oh, mate.
Yeah.
If and when I win the wheel, that or Spinal Tap.
Mate, yes.
Just because I want to take that title of most boring facts. Because I'm going to name every guitar that's on screen.
Really upsetting, lovely Rob Jones and Stick.
Way to juice the figures. But no, Hot Frosty 2024, the actual synopsis. Widow Kathy magically brings a snowman to life. His innocence helps her heal and find love again. They bond before the holidays, but he's doomed to melt. Now, if you're thinking this sounds fucking familiar, Joseph, you're right.
Yeah.
Because it is also the plot of Snowman's, which we covered 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think better. It's an old Katie and Barney episode, I think. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's massively better than this.
But this does have Doug Judy.
Yeah.
And it does have Boyle in it. In an almost appearing in this film role.
In an absolutely ruining these two actors for me.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a payday, man. You know what I mean?
No, look,
I never understood before. There is an article out there about Hallmark, and I know this is Netflix, but about Hallmark films having something called star power, which is where they just wheel out people that are familiar. So it's familiar nonsense. That's why nobody cares about the plot, because you're supposed to care about the actors or the star power that they bring to the role.
Yeah.
And I never understood that because I never recognized them from anything.
Because
I get it with this.
Like American soap operas where like what's it, like General Hospital or all that, Wizards of Waverly Place, that sort of thing, where it's these people who've done that for hundreds. It'd be the equivalent of us doing a film and pushing Rita from Coronation Street out and going, look, it's Rita, everyone.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like then she gets hit by a tram and Alan's revenge.
Alan Bradley.
So yeah, this is part of the Netflix cinematic universe, which I believe started with the Princess Switch, and then we've had Princess Switch 2, Night Before Christmas. I believe that Lindsay Lohan one you did on 100 Things is now technically part of that.
Because she watched it. Oh my God, I've just remembered. It is referenced.
Which then must also mean that Irish Wish is part of the same universe.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What a tangled web of lies.
The Prince, Christmas Prince. And the Christmas Prince 12, the Revenge of the Sith.
Is that the one when he comes from the past and keeps yelling at the Alexa?
No. Is that not the one where he
no, that's the one where he's a bastard son, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's an acorn from Moldova or something. Yeah.
We've
done them. I think we did
the first one.
I think we did them when we did that the
15 days thing. Yeah, man, that nearly broke me as much as it broke you because I listened to them all in real time.
Or you didn't have to watch them and then do 5 of them in a day. Peek behind the curtain there for you, long-time listener.
Ouch.
Or one of you. So yeah, let's get into this. It stars as well, my favourite of all of these ladies, Lacey Chabert, just because I feel she was on that thing of going to do the not Hallmark, the God Network or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
the one where they went
Christian stuff. Yeah,
where they went Hallmark's too spicy. We're going to make stuff that's just ultra conservative white heterosexual people not kissing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but Netflix obviously dangled a bigger carrot in front of her, and here we are.
It was the snowman's nose.
There's her and there's Cadence Cameron Bure as well as the other. I think she definitely did cross over. And there's a lot of money out there for that as well. Big market.
It's bewildering. Because as I found out when I got back on Sunday, fell asleep on the couch and put like the Christmas 24 channel on.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't tell you if it was one 9-hour-long film because they were all in Scotland.
All
right. A castle at Christmas, a Scottish Christmas prince,
a Christmas haggis,
shortbread up Santa's annas. Yeah. But there's some tremendously good Scottish accents in that as well, though. Oh. And you know the Scottish because they wear tartan constantly, like all Scottish people.
I hope it's like an Irish Wish where they sort of like show various delicacies like completely wrong or something, but it just be like Buckfast and everyone just...
it's our special Christmas dishes, hot Buckfast.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, that's just mulled wine, isn't it?
It's mulled wine plus.
Can you mull Buckfast? Is that a crime?
It should be.
I'll tell you in 3 weeks' time when I've recovered.
It'll lead to several crimes.
Yeah, but you can't put cinnamon and stuff in it. You just got to put like a deep fried Mars bar in there. Some glass.
And a shot of whiskey.
Yeah. But yeah, like, let's get into this, because otherwise we'll never get into it.
Wouldn't be a bad thing,
no.
To be fair.
We open as we always do, shots of town.
And a twee pretend English voiceover, which led me to believe it was set in England for probably about 10 minutes.
Dickensian, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't write any of it down because it wasn't important. None of it was important.
No tale about a snowman coming to life has ever been told like this. Extremely confusingly.
It has. Snowmans.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I've just worked out as well. This is like the reverse Crow. Sometimes, just sometimes, a crow can bring a man back.
Sometimes a scarf can bring a man back. What?
Kathy wakes up to her alarm. It's Lacey Chabert, everyone. Radio says that it's Hope Springs. And there's an annual snow sculpture show competition.
Yeah, in the town. I don't want to say square because it's not. It's like the middle island of the main road.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's got a World War I monument in it anyway. Also, here's Jingle Bell Rock. So they've actually got some licensed music on here.
Yeah, they have. They've spent all the money.
She sleeps with 4 layers on next to one of those, as far as I can tell, those old photography bulbs. I didn't know what it was.
It was to scare you in horror films.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be just like a lamp heater for snakes.
Heat lamp or something.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, or for keeping nuggets warm in a kitchen. Like
holding device.
She's got it because her oil-filled radiator isn't working.
Yeah, her thermostat
can't have a Cala gas in her house because you die of carbon monoxide poisoning. Frightening statistics on that.
Yeah. Oh. More from James on that later. We've all been this poor though, right?
Oh yeah,
mate. I think is the answer.
Mate, there was a time I used to have to boil pans of water on the stove to have a wash and then dry myself on the towels. On the curtains as a towel. That's how poor I've been.
I'm picturing that grey towel from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, it was pretty much. But it was also my curtain as well.
There's a whole big punch in the step as well. Yeah, exactly. She's not poor. I thought she was poor throughout.
Yeah, I assumed that.
Her house is massive.
No, she's just suffering with self-neglect.
Sell off a wing of it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not hot in this house. In fact, you might say it's frosty.
Hey. Yeah, someone's punched a hole in her stairs. There's a leak in the kitchen. What is she going to do?
Very good.
The changing of the buckets.
We've all done that.
Fix that leak is what she's going to do.
When I was a kid, it was piss.
Yeah. Starmer's Britain, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. Fucking Starmer.
Shut up.
He's been in 5 months. Why didn't he fix this house up yet?
She exits the house to go to work, and we see her pass by an AI-generated image of her and her dead husband, Jerry Adams. Am I wrong?
I thought it was her dad. I was certain it was a picture of her and her dad.
Do you take this Lacey Chabert to be your wife? Computer-generated voice. I do.
At no point has he ever been a member of the conditional hot frosty something. It tells us at the end of every episode.
I think I did message James at this point going, this is my new favourite thing in Hallmark films that I've missed, is the bad photoshopped shit.
Yeah.
Like, they could just get the actors together and take a picture.
Guy.
Like, just get a random dude. We never meet him. There's no flashbacks to them going, putting up decorations or like pushed each other over in the snow. Like, he's literally in one photograph and they thought, like, they didn't even got cameraman. Like, Alan, just go and take a picture with her. No, we'll get this 8-fingered CGI monstrosity in there.
She works in the square where the sculpture competition is going on. She owns her own cafe, Kathy's Cafe, which is difficult to say now I think about it, where the artwork proclaims that this kitchen is seasoned with love.
And holly jolly vibes as well, which I think is probably a Christmas and Summers bit of kit.
Yeah. I believe all Michael Winner's stuff was seasoned with love.
Isaac,
calm down, Dave. It's just a Hallmark movie.
He had to do it. He had to do the voice. He's
dead.
He's not coming back.
He might.
Oh, please no. Isaac is the chef in the kitchen. He's
who's
soupy looking breakfast.
She comes in, takes his pan off the stove with some eggs in it, warms her hands, and then puts it back on. I was annoyed. I'd be like, "What are you doing? I'm trying to cook."
How do you like your eggs?
Cooked and then recooked a bit later on. Fully salmonella them, especially because they're American eggs.
Can't do poached.
Kept to the same hygiene standards as us.
He's bought himself a new bit of kit that does boiled, but it's failed, so he's done them on a pan.
I've told you, Kathy, a million times.
That accent's getting better every episode.
I know. I mean,
with practice.
We could just. Like, if I cut all these bits, we can just press them on a soundboard and not have to record new material for a good year.
You know that Paul Blart Mall Cop podcast where the guy just watches Paul Blart Mall Cop every single week?
You mention this so much.
Because I can't bring myself to listen to it because it's going to cause me to create another podcast where I do that with, I don't know, the fucking Football Factory or something.
I mean, I'm up for that.
But we should
just
do
for that man's accent.
With that episode. We could do that just with that.
Every back single to ourselves.
Week.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like. So she's got this, and it's a diner, isn't it? It's a traditional Americana style diner. This place.
It's packed every night. She still can't afford to do up her house.
Well, I think the problem is that she's thrown. I think this is what I've come to sort of put two and two together. What we find out, and her house has got post-it notes saying "Phone the plumber, fix this." But she's thrown herself into the cafe, so she doesn't have to deal with things at home, i.e., dead Jerry Adams.
The only cafe in town as well, because there's only ever one, isn't there?
Is Jerry Adams part of the Adams family?
We're not doing this.
Jerry.
We're
all
not
they've got
doing
to do
this.
is wait until Halloween and then play Wake the Dead, haven't they? Like.
Anyway, she greets every single customer at the door for some reason, including Jan, who's Chriselle Strauss from Selling Sunset. And she's in there as a favour or something because she never turns up again. And the film is better for it.
Yeah.
Her daughter, Megan, missed not appearing in this film.
Can I have pancakes, chocolate chip pancakes? And she goes, no, we only have them on Sundays, but okay.
Yeah. Everyone, because she says chocolate chip pancakes are for Sunday brunch, and we know that's not the case. Sunday brunch is bottomless mimosas and unlimited boiled eggs. Everyone knows that.
No, it's hungover on the sofa watching Simon Rimmer try and make a fucking quiche or some shit.
Jesus, I would rather run myself through with a bit of hot Frosty.
You occasionally get someone good on it with some red metal. Yeah.
I don't know what run myself through with a bit of hot Frosty means in this context. Anyway, she goes across the square by an ATM. It was there all along.
It was there.
Oh,
seeding.
Yeah.
Seeding. That, you see.
Yeah, brilliant. Where everyone's ice sculpting, because, of course, the entire town turns out for this.
Nobody works.
One Garfield sculpture has 4 fully grown adults working on it.
I have
it's
a
the
theory.
Statue of fucking Liberty or something.
Is this like those homeless people that have a sand dog?
Oh,
and, they just move styrofoam snowmen from town to town and con old women out of their money. Because if so, I want that film, please.
I think they might have gotten away with this
ring.
polystyrene structures if this was a standard definition film, not in fucking UHD like I watched it, eating up all my internet.
Yeah, but then you can see every pore on Chabert's face.
Which is fine, because she's
one of them.
She's good looking.
Just one big pot.
Singular pot.
She goes across to what's it called? The second-hand shop?
Reclaimed rags, which I keep. It's difficult. I keep getting it as Beclaimed bags. I couldn't make it. Run by Mel and Theo.
Oh, right. Now, I thought this was a woman and her mentally challenged son. But no, apparently they're a couple. They run this vintage store, they call it, but it's just full of tat.
Which explains why he's wearing double denim and a cravat. It's like It looks like Michael Caine in Hannah and the Sisters.
It's Dexy's Midnight Runners when they're in court.
Oh, please. That's later on in the notes. Why would you bring that now?
She's brought them lunch over because they won't have time otherwise. Yeah. And I'm like, good starve.
Yeah.
Just eat it. There's no one in the shop. There's never anyone in the shop.
Mel says,
tax dodge.
Fix your fucking central heating. What's wrong with you? And then she suggests that she abandons her house anyway to look for love. That's how I met the man of my dreams, wearing nothing but a red scarf. That'll come up later. Theo's pear-shaped body comes into view at this point, which was inspired. Use the actor, use all of it.
Can't say nothing about that, being a pear-shaped man myself.
Not quite.
I endeavour to be pear-shaped.
I'm more avocado, but it's similar, but I go off quicker.
She asks him to bring over the magical scarf, because good things come to you when you're out in the cold, Kathy. Well, she's like, I'm having freezing cold showers, so sex isn't really front of mind, Mel. Or Megan, or whatever her name was. The type of person that has big salad in the wings.
Oh, yeah.
Big salad people.
She doesn't take no money for the food either, as well. So she might not be as rich as she's letting on, because no one ever pays in this cafe either. It just seems
this in any Hallmark adjacent film, it's a communist society, really.
I'm all for it. Because they all do stuff for each other, and that's the bartering system. We're back to medieval times. It's great, but
that Magna Carta, it had some good ideas, didn't it?
Yeah, you can open during COVID.
I'm a freeman of the land, don't you know?
Generic Christmas music as she wanders by the snowman sculptures. One is of a very defined human man. I don't think it looks like what's his face.
No, absolutely it doesn't. They made this first.
It looks like Hive from Raising Arizona.
It does look
yeah. I thought she went back to work, and as she was leaving in the evening, she goes out and.
Yeah. But she doesn't do anything at work.
No, she just fucks about, doesn't she? Like the more people come in.
Single person.
Again, I don't want that. No. I'm British. Do you remember when they tried that in Asda's and stuff here? When Walmart took over, they put an old lad out the front who'd be like, "Hello," and everyone would just be like, "Go away." No, we're British. We don't want that. I want to be left alone. Thank you. I've come in to just buy like eggs. 2 liters of whiskey, a dozen eggs, and a latex bodysuit.
If an old person comes up to me at the entrance of Asda, I take my headphones out because I'm like, "Are you all right? Do you need some help? What's up?"
Are you lost?
He's asking me if I need help. I'm like, "Mate, you're the one wearing a fucking green jumper and a massive yellow badge that says happy to help. I don't need your help."
Should have put your money into crypto.
Can we get you a nice cup of tea? Sit you down. No, I'm not allowed to. I'm not going to do a break for another hour.
As she leaves, she goes over and starts doing big eyes at this Raising Arizona statue. Yeah. And again, I've never understood this of putting stuff on snowmen because it's just going to melt.
So the weird thing is, she puts it on him and she goes, "You keep it." And I was like, "Have you not just been given this earlier on as some important heirloom of this couple?"
To be fair. Like, my mum's auntie gave me a horrible, horrible coat that I gave to someone in Edinburgh train station toilets.
Which is fine, but they've just told her this lovely story about how important it is to their relationship.
Oh,
she's just gone, "Here you are, you bit of cold water. You have it." Yeah.
I don't reckon her husband's dead. I reckon he just ran off. Get the weapons cache
to not join the IRA.
Get a weapons cache out of the peat bogs. Yeah, and then she takes a picture of it and goes home.
There's a magical jingle as well.
And then we get the
unconvincing snowflake effects.
Yeah,
is this the glint of the eye? Is this bit, or is it later on?
Yeah.
So there's a glint in the eye, and here's a reference for absolutely nobody listening. I thought it was Transfer from Around the World in 80 Days with Willy Fogg. For nobody, that one.
Around the world.
Yeah. So the bad guy was this wolf that used to be able to dress as anybody, and you wouldn't know it was him. But you would only know it was him because he was master of disguise. Because a twinkle in his eye would go ba-ding, and that's how you knew it was Transfer. There you go. That's killed the podcast. Finally. So it took me 2 years.
It's
Make a
revealed
joke
to
about
be-
eggs, quick.
She goes away, and it's revealed to be Ted from Schitt's Creek, Dustin Milligan.
Dustin
I
Milligan.
wouldn't have known if you hadn't have told me at
No,
all.
I
Really?
wouldn't, because I
Yeah,
haven't
no,
seen.
because attractive lad with a little bit of a beard, like stubbly beard, isn't he? In Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking lad. He
Yeah.
he looks like he's just fallen out the back of a fucking wagon here.
He looks like the lead singer of The Darkness, but now.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that's because I haven't watched Schitt's Creek in a while. So it was only when you pointed out I was like, oh Christ, it's Ted. Yeah.
No,
Um,
I would have.
and
had
And
no
again,
idea.
like not. I mean, like I've got a face like a burst sausage, so I can't call no one. But if I was casting this, I would have gone for a more traditionally handsome man.
I mean, he's
But fair
got the
play to them, they
jawline,
didn't.
don't get me wrong.
Like I said, he's not ugly. He's just not what you. I think it's just because I've been watching Hallmark stuff where it's always generic white man 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they've all got the same haircut. It's Chad, Brad, Fiad,
Yeah. It's Corey
Etihad.
story.
Yeah,
Montessori.
allegory. But he's all right. To be fair, I think he makes this because he has a puppy-like enthusiasm about him.
Yeah.
I think there were like
yeah.
2 moments that made me laugh, and one of them was his.
Yes.
So yeah, fair enough. Fair play to him. He does a little strange dance to the electronic version of the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. As
It's
he
free.
sort of as he sort of moves around, gets to grips with being real. An old couple walk by with a little dog, and he startles them, and the old man falls into a snowbank. And the old lady reacts in the way that all women do to sex offenders and wants a closer look.
Yeah. Question: did the sculptor carve a cock and balls on the snowman?
First of many questions that will get no response.
reality.
Because
I mean,
otherwise, why is he not smooth like Snowman downstairs, like an action man,
Like a Ken doll. Yeah.
like a Ken
I mean,
doll? Yeah.
This old woman looks at him and goes, "Oh, is that a sexy spider out of Coronation Street? I'll have a bit of that." That's what it is.
Auntie Emily, get out of that tree.
Hiding from them, he collapses through Mel and Theo's shop window, which they do not hear, and which sets off no alarms.
Nope. It's small
That's-
town run by a fascistic lawman from the future.
He finds it's Dex's Midnight Runner's costume. There it is.
Yeah.
With Jack sewn into it and naps it, and also a pair of boots. Can't afford that.
We're going to get copyright struck for that now. 'cause
Yeah.
all of these are on YouTube now. Yeah.
Anyway, next day she gets up to a nice
Repeats
day
the
working on
process.
the ice planet Hoth.
Yeah.
Drives to work. In the square, she finds Jack. I can talk. I love talking. It's amazing, he's saying to 2 other snowmen.
You should do a podcast.
Not only can he talk, he can sing. Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, why are you like dressed like Kevin Rowland?"
He's like, well, I was made of snow, but now I'm made of meat. This is a meat cute. Get it? Do you get it?
To be fair, I thought
Man, the meat
at least
man.
they're aware of it and they're like referencing their own sort of.
Yeah.
But it was very. Also,
it's like
no-
baby's first fourth wall break, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, no one has ever gone, "I'm made of meat."
I might have
I don't
invented
know.
that,
You-
actually. I don't know.
You remember chat rooms? I always used to put ASL made of meat.
Of course, youngsters, ASL meant.
And that's when I was pretending to be a 14-year-old girl.
all
and
sausages
Spanish.
love them.
Except Richmond.
She takes him to the diner. I have never had food before. He's going on about it.
This is where I realised who the chef was. It's non-union Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh,
And one of only 2 black people that actually live in this town, which is
Yes.
one more than most of these films.
Oh,
Credit to them.
Yes, 'cause
I
it's
had-
Netflix.
I had Geordie LaForge, but he got his eyes fixed.
Except he's not got a hairband over his eyes.
Yeah, and he he left the lithium crystals behind
Yeah.
and took up omelets.
It's because he's free now, Kunta Kinte. He's no longer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's flew over the reading rainbow.
Anyway, he's
References.
But no.
he's gone proper Tory because he's like, why have you let this bub in? I'm going to call the police immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's very kind of. Is he local? Is his identity
yeah.
known? And I'm like, he's clearly not. He's clearly not right in the head. He's in the middle of a freezing town in undisclosed part of the world, but I'm going to assume Montana.
Yeah.
Canada.
It's obviously Canada, but and he's got no clothes. He's come dressed as Dex's Midnight Runners tribute act. Dexy's nighttime sprinters. And
Took
like,
him all of 2 seconds to
I,
come up with that.
I couldn't think of another word for Dexy. Anyway, yeah, and like she's just giving him soup, and he's like, I can't eat soup because it makes my mouth melt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
give him some gazpacho. And I was like, it's room temperature.
Go back to Russia.
How it's not it could burn your lip if you're not expecting it to be ice cold. It'll burn your mouth.
Yeah.
She says, oh, you can't get Sheriff Hunter involved because of his notorious police brutality. And there's like acts that he's gone and done, like arrested the mayor's car 3 times or something.
And he arrested someone for aggressively opening sweets in the cinema or something. Like joke stuff, but it's kind of like, and you voted him in every year?
That's right, and he's due to be voted in again. So he needs to be super mean.
So they like him. They're like, no, we don't want no messing about it. We all joke about it, but when he comes in here,
when you get to the voting booth, you know which way your friend's voted.
He keeps promising us a RoboCop.
He's
next term, it's a RoboCop.
He's Dredd. He is the Hall of Justice.
Is that the cop that can't be stopped?
That's right.
But yeah, so she goes, I guess you can come and stay at my house, mental person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't we get the sheriff at this point? He turns up. Craig Robinson from The Office and Doug Judy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, familiar face.
Yep. Oh,
and
tremendous actor.
Zach and Miri make a porno.
Yep.
Would you work? Craig? Would you work for me on Black Friday? Is still one of my favourite things. I post it every Black Friday. You're asking a black man to work on Black Friday.
His deputy is Joe Latrulio or Charles Boyle. Also, he's been in loads of films, isn't he?
Oh, he's part of was he not part of the Groundlings? And part of a very famous improv troupe. He's a known expert on horror film.
Yes,
he's always
also
a talking head on loads of things.
I think he's just made a horror film, isn't he?
Has
The Outpost.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to get on
Winnie
that.
the Pooh comes and gets him. And riding a hungry hippo.
I'm going to have to eat your face.
He also looks really like my mate Paul as well.
Does he?
Yeah, which isn't as good, but Paul has moved.
Paul?
But my mate Paul has moved to Canada and he's living where they film a lot of the Hallmark stuff. So he's going to try and get into the back of some of the shots for us.
That'd be brilliant. The sheriff has parked at a 45-degree angle to the pavement, which I thought was really good because nobody mentions it.
One rule for the lawmakers.
Yeah.
He does big serious acting of I took a vow to protect serve and last night I failed. I'm setting up a task force. Don't you mean a do group?
Hey!
Yeah.
Good.
He turns down their offer of breakfast due to a conflict of interest, which I thought was fair. He's not a cop that sort of takes liberties with people. I mean,
but
it's slightly ridiculous, but you know.
I've got to do the same. I've got to do the same on a regular basis. If I go to a business and ask for waste transfer notes and you know, I've got to do a duty of care, they almost always try and buy me off with food just because I'm a fat guy. Doesn't work. I mean, I hate myself for not taking the food, but
we got a box of biscuits and chocolates through at work once from someone, and we had to hand them over. And then I just saw all the managers eating them. So ever since then, I've kept everything.
Good work.
Everything.
It's mostly free pens. And a ticket to an Audi launch night in Blackpool. I didn't go, but fuck it.
Yeah.
How do you launch an Audi then?
Into space, into
the canal.
No, into the Irish Sea. Launch it off the big one. Yeah.
But yeah, it's not, he doesn't turn it down because he suspects them. He's like, I'm on the job. I can't be seen to take his stuff, which I thought was the most reasonable thing he does in this. Kathy takes Jack back. He's got no memory, but she created him. So is she not his parent?
He remembers the flash. Yeah. Not the one he did to the old lady. Yeah. The one of her taking a picture of him. And at any point, she could just go, oh, look at my phone. No, that's Raising Arizona. That's not you. But at no point does she ever use that phone.
No. He explains that he's a snowman. And she says, I quote, and I'm the Queen of Aldovia.
Yay!
I didn't know what that was. I had to look it up.
That's from Princess Switch.
Stop trying to make Princess Switch happen, Gretchen. It's never going to happen.
The first of many Mean Girl references to come.
Oh, mate.
Aldovia is a fictional country in the Netflix Royal Christmas spin-offs. So it's featured in The Christmas Prince, Royal Wedding, The Royal Baby. It operates a policy of primogeniture, according to their Wikipedia thing.
Oh, mate, it's got like a whole thing. It's got like, I read a huge article about their underground system and their
I'd love to know how they can be
exports
played in Crusader Kings.
And, you got to eat the Pope.
Jesus, the lore is deep.
Oh, No, mate, I love it.
Yeah.
This is why I kind of like the Christmas Prince, Princess Switch. Those ones I quite like. But now they're going wink, wink, wink. Aren't we
Yeah.
clever? Look, we're doing this. And I'm like, I'm the Queen of Moldova. I'm fine with that. It's the Lindsay Lohan bit in the middle where I'm like, this is lazy.
Yeah.
Skipping a bit ahead though, because we get good
Oh, yeah.
keyboard action from Craig Robinson, who I presume just brought his keyboard along and started doing
I
bits.
think they just went in between takes. Craig, do you want to just do stuff?
Do
And
some
he went,
bits.
of course.
I'm already doing it.
Yeah. I've been playing for the past 5 minutes. Oh shit, he has. Yeah.
He's like, just give me a credit. Give me a credit at the end.
Put me on the
music
soundtrack.
by. Yeah, absolutely.
RCA Records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
again,
Mr. Big of Big Time Records.
Gonna be here. But again, this is just weird.
Yeah.
Because I know he's supposed to be like a fool, isn't he? He's supposed to be a foolish character. But this just makes me go, everyone in this town's a fucking idiot because they voted for him.
Yeah, he's too much. It's too much for it to be funny, and he does try to make it funny sometimes, but overall it does not work out because he's too
doing
extreme.
His best with what he can do.
Absolutely. He's
Joe.
This is how he's paid for Christmas.
Is more pulled back with it, like because he's basically just Boyle. But shitter.
Just not as fun. Yeah.
Boyle with a moustache
that
covers his lip.
Yeah.
And nothing at the top.
I don't like it.
They talk about how there's a streak in case. Ethel and old Morty saw him by walking their dog. Description: small, fluffy, pointy little nose.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Come on! He needs his cock.
He does a serious bit about being hard on crime. He does lovely little He's got this little carousel for his sunglasses, which I also
like
that.
Yes, I liked that.
It's full of aviators, every single one.
Yeah,
Each
I thought
more similar than the last.
I think it was good. Does he not do a bit when he takes a pair off to put another pair on?
He does that constantly.
Yeah, I think it's fun. It's a good bit. It would have been better if he took one off to have another pair underneath.
Yeah.
Like the,
yes, please.
Like the gif of Thingy from Law and Order. Yeah. He's just forever taking off a pair. But yeah.
Meanwhile, Kathy goes and takes Jack to surprisingly sensual Dr. Jane Miller because he's sweating a lot.
Yeah, no, she takes him home and she's like, you can stay in the front room, which is also a TV room and bedroom.
Yeah.
Here's the TV. You watch that, is it not? Oh, no, she goes to see the doctor first before they go home. Sorry. Yeah, no, sorry.
I know my Hot Frosty because I had to watch this twice.
I'm
that
glad
was too
you
many
do
times.
because I'm lost already. I've just gone, this bit.
Look, we're doing this.
There's a T-shirt. I know my Hot Frosty. Do you know where your Hot Frosty is? I told you last night. No.
I told you last night. Snow.
Yeah, this bit is like, is she a doctor? Or is she like that nurse in the office who's a stripper?
She comes on very strong. All women in this are thirsty.
Yeah,
the older, the thirstier they are, as it turns out. She gives him a thermometer. He says this tastes funny. She's like, "Don't eat it. It's fine."
It's a rectal thermometer.
She's been up a dog's ass.
She's the vet as well. Ted was a vet.
She determines that scientifically he is a snowman.
Scientifically?
You have
maybe it's a real
Follicus.
It's the simplest explanation. Is it?
Yeah,
indeed.
It's Ockram's razor, isn't it?
And then she says, how would you like to stay with me, Jack? As a medical professional, Kathy can't take care of you. She could barely take care of herself.
I know. I was like, bitch. But she's right. They all talk about you, Kathy, behind your back.
Yeah, don't they?
Yeah.
He wants to stay with
Kathy.
Kathy
And she punched a hole in her stairs.
Because she,
angry widow Kathy. He didn't die. He left.
She was doing elbow drops off the landing.
He wants to stay with Kathy because she created him,
and she's kind.
Something like that. He's like, "I love you, I do." He's like,
"Hello, my lover."
It's like a puppy. She drives him back home.
He's got that good maniacal energy about him of just like
it's not
like
that's
Chip.
the problem. It's not that that's the problem. I don't have a problem with him experiencing everything for the first time. I just feel like it's weird that she then considers him to be a romantic partner on the basis of he was born yesterday, like literally.
Yeah. I get that, and also the fact that you just said technically she's his mum.
Yeah,
but I don't know where the line's drawn with that. If you create a man or a lady from snow and it magically comes to life, I don't think like you're ethically and morally responsible for how that snowman is then raised.
We're editorializing now.
So are
It's
you
like-
suggesting that
it's
she's
like-
she's the step snow mom? Help me, step snow mom. I'm stuck.
I'm stuck in an igloo. No, it's like the argument I had with Katie that time about if you were locked in a room with an exact clone of yourself that would die in an hour, would you not try and do a sex on it?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Right, see?
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the
All right,
exact
now I'm
same
outnumbered
thing.
on the podcast, but everyone wanted to have sex with themselves.
With a dying clone. It's what he would have wanted.
How
It's what I
dying?
would want.
I
How
don't want to
dying
kink
is
shame,
it?
but
Just
this
out
has
of
gone down a
interest.
weird
He
route.
turned into goo in an hour.
It's not like
earlier,
that thing.
if I'm lucky.
It's not like. It's not like that thing out of The Fly 2 where the boss
Oh,
becomes
no,
one of
no,
That's happening to it while I'm shagging it.
No. So yeah, they go in. You can sleep in the front room. I'm going to sleep upstairs. There's the television. That will play a big point going forward because
yeah.
not only is he a snowman, he's also a rain man.
He's also Johnny Five.
Yeah,
Input,
he needs more input. Like,
Fucking
so
hell.
he stays awake, and she goes, right, you need to lay low the next month. She wakes up in the morning. He's just sitting there in his come on Eileen outfit, but she leaves to go. I'm going to go to work. You lay low. So he lies on the floor. And I thought, all right, fair enough. And then he tries to get his cock out, from what I remember.
I don't remember this.
Nope.
What version did you watch again?
Hot Frosty.
Too hot Frosty.
I'm sure.
XXX.
I'm sure. I can't believe this isn't Hot Frosty XXX.
Oh, when he unzips his thing.
She says like something about where did you get those clothes from? You need to return them. And she's like,
Oh yeah.
She does have a sly look down at it, and she's like, well carved.
Oh, this is the bit where Lindsay Lohan's film is on.
Oh.
Yeah,
well.
as she leaves for work, it's a cut back to the Christmas chalet or whatever.
Falling for Christmas.
Falling for Christmas.
The one you did with our Barney.
Previous 100 Things episode.
Yeah. With Barney, who used to be on here, may return one day.
A great episode.
And she goes, "Oh, that looks like a girl I used to go to high school with." Wink.
Yeah.
And I went,
Oh.
It's there for somebody, isn't it?
On
I think
the
Yeah,
subject,
but
she's not the only one winking, because later on in that film, Santa does a wink. Scary, creepy Santa man who might not be Santa does a wink.
Oh,
and
yeah, he
causes her to fall in love with that fucking idiot. Yeah.
it's just not for Gretchen Wieners, bad Gretchen Wieners.
Is this better than Falling for Christmas?
Is that the Lindsay Lohan one?
Yeah.
This is infinitely better than Falling for Christmas.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But astonishing, really.
But not better than An Irish Wish.
I haven't seen it. I never got around to seeing it.
No, Irish Wish was all over the place. He then understands cooking from watching Sunday Lunch.
He does.
Yep.
He then says that it's very hot in here, which made me wonder which channel that he'd turned to. He goes on about love.
That's it about when we were in the hotel the other week, and I was flicking through, and Harvey went to get the ironing board from reception, and I was flicking through, and because because channels are never in a proper order in a hotel.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I flicking through that, and as she knocked on the door because she didn't take the key, I was like, oh my god, it's Television X or whatever, and I was like, I'm not watching porn. As I answered the door, I was flicking through.
Did you
What
say,
she said.
Harvey, can you make porn come on my telly?
He's learnt cooking, so she comes back from work.
Yeah.
And he's made pizza, the most basic white boy meal of all.
Yeah.
But he won't touch the oven because he tried it once and he didn't like it. And I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
and
that was good.
He's put a warning thing on it saying, like, don't touch. It's all these sticky labels.
Yeah.
So he can write and he can read as well. Right? So
Yeah.
I don't know how that plays into the magical sex conundrum triangle that you're making.
He goes on about love, and she said, look, you don't just bandy the word love around like I do constantly in this film. I'm taking you back to the sultry doctor. And that's what she says, I have your tea. And she says, yes, and I want you to spill it. It's good. And then she says she's got plans to do such and such. And then the sheriff walks in with the deputy again. And we get some Shaft-style music in the background.
Yes.
That may not have been 100% appropriate.
Yeah. Is this where he's eating ice chips?
No.
No, this is a
Oh,
little bit
fucking
later
hell.
on. It's a little bit later on.
You keep skipping to the best bits.
Yeah.
but-
Sorry,
Not even
I-
ice chips. It's massive ice cubes.
Because these bits are kind of boring and nothing happens.
Yeah,
Like,
take the piss out of
I'm the
him.
same. I'm the same. I've even missed the fact he gets scared watching Nosferatu. I mean,
I
that's
did
coming
like
up.
that though, because
Yeah.
that was kind of good bits.
That's this bit. So he's,
Oh, is
he's
it
back
really?
home watching TV, reacted really immediately to things. Nosferatu's on, and it sort of like pans round, and the sofa's there, there and he's hiding behind it. That was really good. That was the other moment that made
he's
me laugh.
got like a spatula and a rolling.
Yeah, as a
pin
cross.
goes
Yeah,
around.
monster.
But I also like the fact that then he goes and explores around the house to check for other vampires, which I thought was quite fun and sweet in a way.
Goes into the basement, finds tools, decorations, and some hospital letters. The hospital apparently uses Comic Sans font for case notes.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's a fun way to break that news to family members.
Apparently, Comic Sans was designed for people with dyslexia to make it easy for them to read.
Oh,
Now,
right.
I think it was supposed to be handwriting, but they were rushed and they just did it in a handwriting-y font, I think is what they thought of it as. But it says chemotherapy, in brackets, immediately, and radiation therapy, TBC.
You start with radiotherapy normally, don't you? And then go move on to chemo, I thought. Also,
I get the
if it was
feeling that
America, it should have had price.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. Subtitle,
And then
Communist
service
Society.
charge.
No
and
prices.
then brackets, buy a gun, question mark?
Yeah, it's the in brackets TBC that amused me the most because I was like, they've not done the research into the time scale involved in this. It's like, we feel like
fucked.
it, you know.
He's fucked.
Yeah. Well, he's dead now. Jerry Adams is dead. She comes home and he jumps out with a rolling pin and there's a big scare. That's when he unzips his Dexy's costume. And
sorry,
she says, no. Also, was that you that did nudies last night? You know, out and about in the town square. The sheriff's onto you. You need to lay low. He lays low. He's made pizza eggnog and that classic combination.
Oh,
and then
the
he
eggnog looked quite nice, though.
Yeah.
I especially enjoyed
his
tiny grater he's got for the
nutmeg.
nutmeg.
I liked that.
Nutmeg,
It needed to be served in moose head glasses.
I swear to God, I was like, if they'd have done that, I'd be like, this is the best film ever.
I should have got mine out for this podcast.
Oh,
yeah, I got them for Christmas last year.
Lovely. Have you got any nog in the house?
No, I'm going to order some of that oat milk stuff that you can get because eggnog will probably make me shit myself.
Go right through it.
Yeah. Is this the bit where he goes, "What's cancer?"
What is cancer?
It's even better than that. I was checking the basement for vampires, and what's cancer?
It's such a tonal shift.
Vampire cancer.
The cancer of vampires. That's Blade. The two lads from. Yeah, it's a whiplash moment because he's like, I was checking for thinking, what is cancer? And she's like, oh, my husband, I loved him very much, but unfortunately, God chose to take him. And I'm like, all right, fair enough.
The British forces chose to take him. Paramilitary group, yeah.
Keep it light. They serve up the pizza. He's having cold pizza because he can't have the hot one, which I thought was
I liked that.
I survived off that in college, she says.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought, oh, no. Mean Girls 2 is completely different people. Yeah.
And Meg wasn't old enough to go to college in Family Guy before they sacked her. She quit.
Oh, yeah. No, first season only.
Yeah.
Cooking Mama is what he's become. He's basically been doing Cooking Mama on the Wii, which I assume she's still got in the house.
They reach for the same.
She's got a bucket of Wii downstairs. Yeah, we get a pizza cut. We get a touching hands, which is the equivalent of hallmark of having sex, as we've discussed many times before. And then she's only eating 2 slices of that pizza because they're sitting there watching telly. And I'm like, ungrateful.
Get down, yeah.
To be fair, if a snowman had made me food, I don't know. She's prepared to jump his snowbone, but won't eat his pizza. I don't know.
He sees dolphins on TV, wants to go to Hawaii. He tries to give her a hug and she says, I don't like hugs because of course not. He wants to clean up as well.
Well, she kind of makes a half-assed, I'll move it. Like when I do, I can't. I'll just move this and have it. It's my turn. Yeah, you know the drill.
Instructions for tomorrow, stay the fuck inside.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't go and fix the roof.
Whatever you do, don't take your top off near horny Margaret.
It must be cold.
Beautiful car.
Yes, I didn't get what I meant to check what that was.
Where's John when you need him?
Indeed, where is he? That was Lauren Holly, though.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Which I didn't notice, but Rachel did.
So next morning she goes out to work, lay low because the sheriff's after you, and if he finds you, he'll do stuff to you like Midnight Express.
He's been watching Home Repairs on the TV though, so he thinks I can do this.
I mean, to be fair, it's a good job he didn't put Television X on.
Would have been a whole different plot, and it probably exists out there somewhere.
It does definitely now. He's called also they've called him in his. I've just noticed in the credits he's actually referred to as Jack Snowman.
Yeah,
is he?
Yeah. So she goes to work and does more work related shite. nonsense. He is watching, like I said, this very on. If you don't have spackle, yes.
use
Yeah.
use staple love or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Artificial staple.
Hand me my stapler, boy. Yeah. And he's up on the roof in the middle of winter in his dungarees, tied around with his top off, looking fit. Like, God, I'm a man that can have his head turned. But this old lady drives past, and she's like, it's like a penny hit, sort of thing, and crashes into a snowbank.
A lot of snowbanks in this. It's the seasonal equivalent of Scree.
It's festive
on board.
scree. Festive scree, we'll call it.
He rushes over. He's like, that woman from the 1950s is in peril. Goes over and she's like, oh, I think I'll be fine. And we get a solid minute of filth, which is the name of my sex tape.
Good Brooklyn Nine-Nine
references.
I love it.
Go on. Anyone want to take us through what happens?
I was just saying, I'm opening them seats of vinyl because goddamn, yeah. She's just like, he's like, oh no, I'm just here to fix a roof. I'm staying with her. She's like, oh, can you fix other things? And it's kind of like Confessions of a Shit Old Lady Driver.
Yeah.
No, because he's just like, what? And she's just like, oh, I've got something you can fix. My fanny, and it's just like, it's not even good. And then he's like, okay, well, I'll just fix this, and then I'll push your car out, and then I'll go round to your weird old lady lamp appreciation
the
club.
WI society thing I've ever seen.
But
they're making jam, all right.
Although it's good they got one of each
ethnicity. Yeah. Absolutely.
They talk to him about becoming a janitor for the school because somebody's kid goes there or something. Would anyone be able to give me a ride? And they all rush to it, squabbling.
Yeah. That lamp was pretty nice, though. I like that lamp he installed. But again, he's not a spark. That's not been.
No. That can't have been on the TV.
That's not registered. No, like if a fire starts, they're culpable for that. Well, I don't know what the electrical equivalent of a corgi check is, but that isn't it.
Is he not British standard?
I don't know. I could text my brother because he's a registered spark. But yeah, they're one of them didn't leave. I don't know why.
I'm staying here. Kathy watches him from the cafe as he gets dropped off by the WI, and he downs a drink from Nicole and puts the ice from it down his shirt. And she's like, well, what happened to simple fucking instructions?
And he went, mate, I'm a snowman. I'll do what I like.
I observe no law.
You should be thankful I'm not. You should be thankful I'm not abducting a small child and taking him to the North Pole right about now.
Oh, very good.
While David Bowie's like, I remember as a boy.
The sheriff turns up right on cue, and she says to him, "Look, whatever happens, remember everything I say is true." Which I thought they were going to make more of than they did, because she says, "Yeah, I'm fine." She's right, she is. And that's as far as it goes. I thought it was going to get well more mileage out.
No, I thought they could have done a good two Ronnies-y type of thing on that. But now nothing. Very disappointing. Like, is this where he starts eating the ice?
The ice, yeah. And they're kind of like doing an ice off.
Yeah.
Except the sheriff gets brain freeze.
Yeah.
I quite like that. I quite like that he locked eyes on him as he was eating ice, and it just, I don't know, it was funny. It was funny. It made me laugh.
Brain freeze, of course, gentlemen. When your body senses sudden extreme cold in the mouth and throat, it tries to react and warm up. Blood vessels throughout the head expand to let extra blood in the area for warmth. The quick change in blood vessel size causes sudden pain.
Yep. Apparently, the best thing to do is take two fingers and press them onto your soft palate.
Right.
Like that.
That looks so much like you're going to blow your head off.
I was being, again, a reference Brooklyn Nine-Nine, blowing the smoke off the gun. The gun is in your mouth.
It's in your mouth, yeah.
Brilliant.
But no, apparently that is the best way to defeat it, is to just press up on your palate.
Right, okay. She says that you definitely need to lay low because he's onto you. And he says, yeah, I will, but I've also got a job in a middle school now.
And she's just like, well, all right then.
Yeah. He asks if he'll melt in jail, foreshadowing much. They go home, and she notices all the stuff that he's done around the house. He's only gonna deck the fucking halls.
Yes, indeed.
And she goes up to say sorry to him, and he says, "Look, I just want to make the most of the time that I've got. I don't know how long I've got because I'm a snowman." And she says, "Well, all right, you can go to school, but no going outside of school."
Yeah, I'll drop you off and pick you up, like your snow mum
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, it gets weirder the more you think about it.
Yep.
So next day, building a set montage.
Yep, he's helping the daft kids for their local dance or whatever it is. Is it the dance?
Yeah, because they get invited. He invites her in the end.
Yeah, again, weird adults being invited to watch children dance.
It's the Under the Sea dance, 1954.
The enchantment under the sea dance.
There you go.
Getting to know all the kids and their secrets, weaknesses. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how you thin out the herd.
I wrote all my weaknesses on the back of my timetable. No, but again, I got big Job from Lawnmower Man energy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like, an idiot boy being used.
Yeah, but they all love him, and all the kids are like, "Oh God, gee, Mr. Snowman's, I wish yous was my best friends." Yeah. And also, I've noticed as well. I think at one point he hasn't got the scarf on at this point, and surely he should return back to Frozeman. I don't know how it works. I don't know what the rules are.
Well,
it's Frosty rules.
He's growing a heart now, though, because they're kind of getting a little bit close.
She comes to pick him up, sees that he knows all the kids, and she lets slip that she finds him good looking, and the whole town loves you. And he's like, well, you're full of shit, because you said love takes time.
Oh, also, I've used your credit card and ordered a load of shit off the internet.
Yeah. There's a bit where does he not say something like, how can you love someone if you can't love yourself? And then I expected her to sashay away. But no point does she. I was very disappointed. Very disappointed.
And he goes, if the whole town loves me and you're in town, then you love me. Love's just not in my vocabulary right now. Kathy, you've said it like 1 billion times.
I know, yeah.
Yep.
He's ordered a new pane of glass for the shop.
He has.
And
it's custom made.
Amazon doesn't sell panes of glass.
I don't think he said Amazon. I think he just said online, didn't he?
So she's kept her credit card details in the
computer. She said.
I see. Right, okay. Was this for when she was building the house?
So it's either going to be Amazon or Ann Summers in it, really. Like Love Honey.
Do they sell panes of glass?
That one that does the big weird ones that look like zombies.
What? I'm not going to Google it.
I'm not Googling it.
Mate,
I'm scared.
Anyway, yeah. And she's like, oh, no, that's fine. You're trying to make things better. So, and obviously I'm not poor. I'm just lazy.
Yes. Yeah, that's the whole point, isn't it? I'm not poor. I'm just sad.
Yeah, she has to explain how the economy works to him now because money exists and liquidity. I don't know. And he goes in and immediately.
That would have been a really good montage of her with like a PowerPoint presentation and him making notes.
Economics for dummies. Economics 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
But yeah. But like they've replaced the window, they're happy. Like, and I think generally, like, Theo and Think don't want to it's done. Like, it's you know.
Well, he says, "I was alone. I was naked. I thought you should know."
Were you there? Were you there?
Jesus.
Yeah, and he says, it's like, well, you can take them back and replace them. And they're like, no, you keep them. It's fine. They were only Theo's old boots that he used to, use when he was peeping on women. So, like, actually, they're probably better off with him in case, they ever track him down. Everyone's kind of, like, made peace with it.
Everyone knows it's him and nobody cares. Sort of thing.
Apart from...
outside the deputy accosts Kathy in her car with a sketch that they've drawn of the streaker, which looks like Charles Manson for some reason.
It really does. And
like,
again,
whoever they are,
he's living on a ranch somewhere.
I thought, is that a bit? No, I don't think it is.
No,
it would be funny if it was.
And they said, I think they said Ethel couldn't provide a description of his face because she was too busy looking at his cock.
She's get everyone in town to drop their trousers. We'll definitely find our man.
This is not naked attraction.
Oh, put that on the list.
Yeah,
no.
That one where it's that woman from church. Yes, please.
No.
She plays the Lord is my shepherd on a keyboard.
On her what?
On a keyboard.
Is that what we're calling it?
On his Bontempi organ.
If I must, I will do that one. But yes, I hate that program for so many reasons.
Yes, so do I.
We get on to a joke, and I genuinely can't decide whether I like it or not. But the deputy starts following us, as she says, look, how does a bowl of soup sound? And he goes, pop, 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 pop. Or if it's really thick, pop, pop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Classic
I
Boyle.
liked
Died
it.
inside.
I gave that 7 out of 10.
I think he was just asked to deliver, and he just delivered. As Boyle.
Classic Boyle. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Boyle. That was a real Boyle.
Full Boyle.
Just have a fucking bowl of soup, dude. So he goes in.
I
Meanwhile,
want
the
pancakes
sheriff,
with chocolate chips in them. It's not
Yeah,
brunch
yeah.
on a Sunday. I'm the sheriff.
the sheriff, meanwhile, is bothering Mel and Theo with some joke about how they can't replace the pain. It's so overplayed.
Nah.
Yeah.
And again, it's not Craig Robinson's fault. Like,
I
he's
hope
ripping
everyone
in
could
what he's
hear
got.
you rubbing your eyes.
No,
at that
'cause
moment.
like again, Zack and Mary, like everything that Craig Robinson's in is normally pretty good.
Yeah.
And in this, you can see he's trying to do stuff, but they've gone, come on,
so underwritten.
rein it in. Like,
He's
and
suspicious, and then he takes his shades off. That's quite a good bit.
Yes.
Because he's trying to perfect it.
Yeah.
Jack, meanwhile, has returned to the school somehow to sit blowing balloons in a high-back chair that they've set up for this thing, rendering him invisible to passing amateur child
Richard
actors.
Herring's cook chair. That, yeah. Yeah, and then, right, children we have never seen before. Katie, who is named after Katie Harris from Mean Girls, obviously.
Oh, right.
Also, when Jack is stood watching the kids run out, he also says Doug and Thingy, which are Craig Robinson's characters from The Office, and Thingy simultaneously as well. Like, they're nodding and winking at stuff.
Right,
like,
okay.
Like winking murder, but everyone's taken like about 4 grams of coke before they started playing.
The children walk in. This looks so good. It's a balloon arch, Janet. It's literally.
Mate, but again, is that not a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference?
Oh, is it? All right.
Maybe.
Because
you
Captain
wanted
Holt
it to look
loved
classy.
Peru.
Oh,
No,
yeah, of course
got
he
it,
did. Yeah, for the wedding.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's this tortured, like, you going to the dance with anyone sort of thing. And the other kid, by the way, has the exact same shirt as the annoying kid from Stand By Me. Which made me hate him more.
Oh,
it's like stripy red stripe.
Yeah, the blue and green stripe one. Yeah.
But Jack is heartened by young love, and he does cool, doesn't he?
He does cool. Again, get your own material.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the sheriff has built a string wall for the investigation.
I'd loved the string wall.
Only
could have been better if it had Pepe de Silva written on it somewhere, like just for the bit, because they're ripping stuff off left, right, and center.
They might as well go full.
This is a big homogenized porridge of other people's material.
Yeah, he needs a picture of Jack because you can't arrest someone without photo ID or something.
True.
No. Luckily, Jack comes in at that very moment and says, "Oh, cool art project. Can I be in it? I'll just pose for you in the door of this cell." Which is sort of good, but then I don't really know why they need this bit at all.
Also, why does he go into the police station?
I don't know.
No,
because he's rubbing their faces in it, isn't he? He's like, oh, yeah, I can go wherever I want.
What?
I can do whatever I want.
In his snowballs.
Yes, yeah.
He goes out and the sheriff does an evil laugh, and the deputy backs up and he goes, "Who are you talking to?" Go on.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
It is good. I liked it.
It's a classic bit.
Oh, just Christmas. It's good. It's good. He pulls it back. I feel like he just did that himself.
I feel like that's a 9-9 bit we've missed.
Maybe
feels like a 9-9 bit. Not necessarily Christmas, but who are you talking to? Oh, Mario or something. Do you know what I mean?
I just think it's one of those bits that they just left it running and just like all the funny bits in this. I think are the improv bits that they were allowed to do because I imagine the script for this was written by an AI robot that had been kicked in the head by a horse recently.
On the back of a fag packet.
Yeah.
Oh man, just listen to next week. Fast forward a week from now when you listen to the other one. This, like you said, it's going to sound like fucking Shaft.
So yeah, Jack is now. Is it the dance? Oh no, he
gets
the dance. They're going to the dance.
Yeah.
So she comes. Kathy comes home. Kathy come home. Jesus. And Jack's like, "Oh, we're getting ready to go out, and I want you to come with me. It's a date." And she's like, "Oh, I don't know about that. My husband, Jerry."
No, because he goes to Boyle to get advice first before asking her out.
Oh yeah, this is bad.
He says, "You're a man of the world. You've got a pencil tash and
you've got a moustache that doesn't quite go up to your nose.
You look like a square John Steinbeck. You know how it goes."
And he says, "You're a 10. You're a 10.
There's one more thing that I hoped you could show me. penetration. No, he didn't say that, but he should have done.
Quadratic nuclear fission.
And the sheriff watches him twirling with the deputy from above.
Twirling.
Twirling to freedom.
And then we get the high school dance thing. And he
Do
said,
we not get the shopping first?
Well, he says,
We get the shopping montage.
are you going with somebody else? And she says, no, because I'm not 14
I'm not.
years
Yeah,
old.
yeah, because I'm an adult and I'm not actually allowed to go.
I've been trying to lay low this whole time, and now I just want to stand tall with you. Dude, you've been about as subtle as the Hindenburg disaster.
Also, this is what, 3 days?
Yeah.
What is happening in this town where a random man can show up, ingratiate himself into their society so well by just being a bit nice? Is everyone in this town a shit?
Yeah.
Well, he's an idiot savant, isn't he? That's the thing. And, idiot savants always kind of fall into the...
I don't know. Just made me wonder.
He does lots of work
kind of
for people for free.
Curse of Millhaven thing going on here, like...
And then we get the shopping montage to Pretty Woman, which they've also got the rights to.
All of the money goes on Pretty Woman.
I swear to God, when I watched this, I said to Harvey, if someone does the snappy
thing, yeah,
I'm going to fart into a cocked hat. And I had to go and buy a hat, cock it, and fart into it. Because, but she does it to him.
Oh,
so,
what a reversal.
Right,
he's the prostitute. Yeah.
We're all prostitutes. Again, it's a shopping montage. Him trying on wacky clothing, her going like
and all of that for him to end up just buying a black dinner suit.
Buying
it's all right. They made the most out of Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
So fair enough.
Roy Orbison's family are rubbing their hands. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's also bought with your money a necklace of an owl or something.
It's a snowflake.
It's a snowflake.
I didn't pay attention to it.
He goes, it's a snowflake. I can return it because it is quite expensive. And she goes, no, I'll keep it. And he goes, it's a snowflake because I'm a snowman. And she goes, yeah, you probably are.
Okay. I must have dozed off at this point.
And the thing is, it's not even like, because you can get cool ones where it's an actual snowflake, like frozen in.
in
anthracite or whatever.
Yeah, and if you take the DNA from the snowflake, you can make a hot frosty, hot frosty park.
Of course.
But should you?
They're all hot frosties by the time I've finished with them.
They arrive through the balloon arch. A teacher and a student? Question mark? Going to say hi?
Yeah.
I don't know what the nature of that relationship was, but it made me uncomfortable. The
daughter,
teacher's just holding a cupcake instead of like a glass of wine or like one of them red cups full of beer.
You're not allowed to drink.
No, the teacher I'm talking about.
No, you're not allowed, because then the kids could get into it and then they might.
But you can't drink that.
They do have some
left-leaning ideas or something. Yeah,
quite blatantly water the punch.
I thought that was a joke. That the punch that he had organised was just iced water.
Ice water, yeah. Well, maybe
is that not a punched line? Oh man, this is so mad. I'd be leaving immediately if the punch was water.
I'm fucking
burn
done.
it down.
Nah, stop it. We're done. There's the air horn when I need it.
The kid from before comes up and says, you've got punch on your face. Anyway, I need help handling this date. And he says, well, my fashionable mustache friend taught me about deep kissing, so strap in. How is this man a chaperone?
Yeah, I don't know. And then he's like, let's all do a shit Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
2, Shakin' Stevens is
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Well, yeah.
What's behind the green door?
They do a slow dance first, and him and Kathy have a moment.
You can hold me closer if you want.
I'm afraid you'll melt.
He should have gone, I can't, like Edward Scissorhands, because that'd have been funny.
But then original.
It abruptly cuts to this Lizzo-esque music. I did wonder if it was Lizzo, but yeah. And he just abandons her for this TikTok dance, which is a bit weird.
No, because he's like, no, we've sorted out a thing in 3 days. Me and a load of kids, well, 2 days, me and a load of kids have worked out this not incredibly elaborate dance routine.
Well, yeah, all they have to do is follow up a balloon arch, and then they were done. Well, you order them, I think.
Again, makes you think how shit this town is. A balloon arch is enough to impress some kids.
Yeah.
Isn't it magnificent?
It's a good job that Hot Frosty is on the level and not a snowman offender.
I love the way you say that as though it's a thing. One of the known snowmen.
I think it's for every 29 snowmen brought alive, one of them is a sexual offender.
How many of the snowmen can you name that have been brought to life? You've got
Frosty,
like Frosty,
Jack Frost in the Michael Douglas film.
Michael Douglas, Michael Keaton. You're as bad as me. Michael Douglas.
Hey, there was a Michael.
Is that the one where Glenn Close boils his bunny?
Jack Frost in the horror film Jack Frost.
Yeah, okay.
The Snowman in The Snowman.
The Snow Dog in Snowman and the Snow Dog.
No, I hate that one.
So we've got 4.
No, I can come up with more.
Kirk Douglas.
The man from Snowman's.
I said that.
Oh, sorry.
They go outside because he needs to cool down and they have a moment. But then she asks what's wrong. Why aren't you kissing? And he's developed a sense of ennui and mortality apparently now.
See, he's becoming more human.
You know the pain of being left behind. Is that as in window pane? Is it time to reheat that joke? They don't do that because it would have been good. So then the next day, the sheriff is having a full-on breakdown, talking about trying to get wind of the streaker in the town square. And he realises the ATM in the square has CCTV on it.
Yes.
That house of cards is going down.
It's got the smallest camera in the world. It's like a flip phone.
Also the resolution on those cameras is only for this level.
Yeah.
Like it's only for face level. Anything beyond that, just
maybe we'll see his snow cock.
Maybe, just maybe, we'll see his.
That's where we should leave it. Cut to next episode.
If you want to see his snowcock, press or say
press
yes
the pound
now.
Sign. Your mobile phone.
You have selected no.
You have selected regicide.
If you know the name of the Christmas prince being murdered.
Come on, we've got to get through this.
It's too good. Right, where are we up to? Jack is working in the kitchen because modern day slavery. Everyone's there.
How can he work in the kitchen? Kitchens are the hottest place in the world to be.
They've got the extractor fan on.
Bollocks!
Not blast furnace, the opposite.
Blast chiller?
Yeah.
Chest freezer.
Jeff Freezer is there.
The walk-in freezer. It's
Glacier.
fucking greasy. It's fucking green in here.
Kathy addresses the assembled crowd. Friends, co-workers, countrymen, criminals.
Pancake enthusiasts.
The sheriff steps out for the big reveal. He accuses them all of being ingrates and says Jack's been streaking, and he brandishes the tape of him nude. And the old women claw at each other for it.
Question: as you are an expert on penal codes, what is the actual legislation on penises in Montana? Let's say, swapping it out in the street.
Not prepared to Google that.
Fair enough. I wouldn't
but
either.
If you know out there, write in.
I just wanted to get that joke in about penal codes.
I do have the information, but I can't pull it up. All the old women claw at him to get it, and the sheriff just leads him away in cuffs. The doctor says, well, medically, he's a snowman. You can't do this to him. It's against the penal code. Also, remember that weirdly muscular snowman? That's him.
Yeah. And sheriff's like, nope, he going to prison on Christmas Eve. Is it Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Feels like
he's going to go and have his Christmas day off, go back Boxing Day.
Yeah, yes. Because they're having the Christmas Eve town where they make a special pie or something in the diner. Like anyone gives a shit at this point.
Cannot remember a thing.
Yeah.
No, don't know this. Sheriff takes him down to the yard for processing, but he doesn't have a fingerprint, which makes him even more suspicious.
He accuses him of being a Russian spy or something.
Burning them off or something.
Which is very 1980s Cold War paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was half expecting Wolverines to come in. That would have been funny. But no.
He's like, you can't slip through my crack, amigo.
There's a lot of that. And
yeah,
they put him in prison and he's like, no, I'm a hot sausage. I need to be outside in the cold. And he's like, I'm going home.
Bail is $2,000.
The bail is $2,000.
Yeah.
And I thought, can you just leave someone in a room like that for a day with no water, no food?
No. I mean, the very dark subtext of this is that a man dies in custody.
Yeah.
Well, the dark subtext is that he turns to water. It's like the end of the Snowman.
Yeah.
It's literally and then they all have a collective town hallucination of, did Jack ever exist?
That would be a brilliant movie.
Did we do up our own houses?
Yeah. Did we all fap to imaginary snowmen?
The sheriff says, well, I'm calling the FBI. Hell, someone might even make a podcast out of this.
Yeah.
And they did.
And we did. Yeah.
I hope you're satisfied, Thatcher.
Kathy's worried. She goes to get bail money from the cafe. It's not enough. She comes back to confront the jailhouse steps.
She hasn't got $2,000 on site. Or access to the bank. Oh, I don't have your money here.
I have literally written, your bail money's not here. It's in Joe's house and Bill's house. Fuck me.
So and it's also just kept in a safe that's just like slightly above the general public's view.
Yeah.
There's no criminals in Hope Springs.
No.
Hope Springs. The whole town turns out, which is about 80 people.
Yeah, so
Actually,
he's like,
generous.
Snow is like, I'm dying, Jack. He's, it's too hot, I'm too sweaty. And he goes, I don't give a shit, commie. And he closes the door on him. And as he's leaving, all the town comes out, pitchforks, which isn't going to help, torches. And they're like, go on, Sheriff, here's like, it's not all the money, but it's enough, let him go. And
We're
like,
$10 shy.
Well, it's not. No, it doesn't say $10.
She
says
it's not enough, and then they pass it round.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's $10 shy. And he's like, and then his son, who up until this point, we had never made the link between the two of them. Because I was either, it's the only black kid in town, so he's either the cook's son, or he's the sheriff's son. I picked the wrong one.
He's Daryl Sheriffson. No, anyway. He offers up the remaining cash, and the sheriff is touched. He says, nah, have your money back. I'll let him go. And old Morty does a bit, and he says, I put in $200.
Yeah.
And his wife says, no, did you fuck?
You put in a book.
Put in $2, which is exactly what you've got in your trousers. They bring out Jack, but he's dead.
Oh,
He's like, I need to be in touch with ice. And so
we need a snowbank. Start. It's nature scree.
It's festive scree. They throw him into a snowbank, and he's like, I love you, always have. They do a kiss. And she's like, oh, Jack, I'm sorry, I never learned to love. It's a shame I couldn't find a real man, and I had to find a man made entirely of snow.
Entirely of frozen ice.
Yeah. You know, not even with cool powers like an X-Man. Just really good at repairing stuff, I guess. Do you reckon? Right, so we'll get to that in a minute. So, and then they all go, well, he's dead. Let's just walk away and leave him on the snowbank.
Let's leave her in her grief.
No, she walks away with him, doesn't she?
Oh, does she?
No, and then he stands up and he goes, Stella!
He's become a human as well, because he starts shivering, and the whole town says he's cold. He's cold.
He's going to
sing. And then they kiss again, and we get some naff Coldplay music to cap it all off.
Yeah. Can I fix the roofs anymore? Well, of course you can. Well, I couldn't before.
I was a snowman before.
And that's that. Like, it ain't terrible. It didn't hurt me, but
they go on holiday to Hawaii, though.
They go on holiday. Oh, there's like
a
a prologue. Bit. Everyone's fine with it. She gets some tickets to go to Hawaii. Again, she didn't have $2,000 to rub together to get him out of prison, but she's somehow got enough money to pay for that
immediately
window.
Immediately go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because she's kept that money that everybody had given over for the bail, and she's not giving it back.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. That's the film. Like, it's all right. I enjoyed it. I still think Snowman's is better because it's true Hallmark in the truest sense of the word, whereas this is trying to like jump between things.
It had people I like getting a payday, so there is that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it again.
Oh no, you couldn't pay me to watch it again.
It did the job. I mean, you're not getting paid for this. But
I'm only watching it once.
That's because we live in the Hallmark universe, you see. Perfect communist society. I give it 5 bronze ATMs.
Okay. Oh, really?
Very good.
Plenty.
I get it 5 well-placed positioned scarves.
Oh, I'm going to give it 2 silver balloon arches.
Oh.
Just because, it's fine.
It's got something.
So far, largely ignored by the Christian review sites, sadly. However, I did get an article on one of them, that the Movie Guide one, that said Christmas movies like Netflix's Hot Frosty and next week's film all feature more excessive content than Christmas movies past. The movie itself contains multiple references to the snowman turned human's body. However, many Christmas romance movie fans don't want to see movies with excessive content like this. In fact, It's a Wonderful Life, considered the best Christmas movie ever made, features no sexual content. Instead, it focuses on family, friendship, and doing kind things for others. There was a strip club in that.
Yeah, and there's this bit where he grabs her and kisses her neck. It's pretty fucking hot.
How?
Andy lassoes the moon. The fucking moon.
What? Yeah, these people fucking choose to believe what they want to believe, don't they?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
saying that
the strip club isn't presented as being good, but still it's in there. You know.
There's nothing wrong in It's a Wonderful Life. It's not about a man at the end of his tether standing to top himself and seeing how bad the world would be if he didn't live in it. No! I only watched the last 5 minutes. It was fucking great. I'm so angry right now.
So it was directed by Jerry Chichariti, who is known for Canadian TV shows, including episodes of Schitt's Creek. So there's a link to the lead character. First ever film credit is for Tech War, Tech Justice.
The William Shatner.
Yes.
Yeah.
How else are the children going to learn about Tech War?
Which is a 1994 reimagining of the 21st century. Shatner in it.
As TJ Hooker in the future.
Kathy Lacey Shepard, old friend of the podcast, known as the Queen of Christmas movies. You have to go all the way back to episode 9, 3 years ago, to Love on Safari.
Oh, yeah.
Also in The Wedding Veil, 2022. Do you remember that?
Nope.
Yes.
Is that where she goes back in time?
No, because that was Our Dream Wedding, 2021. Yeah. This knockoff.
It's like you were prepared for that.
Yeah, wasn't it? This knockoff has 5 sequels. The Wedding Veil Unveiled, Legacy, Expectations, Inspiration, and Journey. So I started just making lists.
Like shit, like Link's Africa.
I was going to say, they sound like shit prog rock albums.
This is what I've put down. I've put down it's Wedding Veil 1 to 4, then Houses of the Holy, then Physical Graffiti.
Oh, that's very good.
Wedding Veil versus Predator, the whole lot. There's nothing much out there for this. Dustin Milligan just done normal stuff. Joe Latrulio, actually a trained chef. Mel, the woman in it, the mother figure. Sherry Miller was an original Turtles girl in the 30-year-long advertising campaign I Love Turtles. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know. So we'll finish on.
I want to know.
Craig Robinson.
Ninja Turtles are like the little goth kid. I just love turtles.
I love turtles, yeah.
I don't know.
You've opened a portal.
She just loves turtles. 30 years long.
I mean, I love turtles.
Man and boy. I don't know.
It's too big a bite, sir.
Craig Robinson, been in several bands, including The Jealous Girlfriend. He used to be a school teacher. Could you imagine?
What?
I found this quote, he's quoted as saying, "I will rule the apocalypse. I know exactly what needs to be done because you need to keep and what you've got, you let go of. People are the same. If you're nice in life, then you're probably going to be nice in the apocalypse. It's all about survival." And I thought, that's exactly what we need is a Craig Robinson apocalypse film. Apocalypse Craig.
Isn't Ian Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yes.
That's probably where the quote stems from then. And then there's your facts.
Also, I just like the fact that Craig Robinson is America's version of Greg Davis.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Think it through. Anyway, James Franks dies in a
it.
snowbank.
All right, shit. Is it all coming back to you now, boys and girls, the structure? This is the review bit. So I've only got one for these because they're kind of new on the scene and a lot of the stuff is clearly very swayed. But this is a 3 out of 10 by Stephanie.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 E's. I'd change just one thing. She should have put the scarf on the dinosaur sculpture.
Yes, please.
That would be
the
awesome.
second it wrapped around its neck, the frosty T-Rex would have come alive, stomping off to ruin Christmas. Like a prehistoric Grinch, it would snatch ornaments with its tiny arms, devour Christmas hams in one bite, and roar at carolers until their songbooks flew away. But then, just as it prepared to topple the town's tree, it'd hear a child singing, soft and brave. The dinosaur would pause, its icy heart thawing, and gently set the tree upright. From then on, it would just celebrate Christmas. It'd carry the town's gifts on its back. Instead, the scarf went onto a snowman, a true loss for us all.
Are you listening, Netflix?
I was like, that's the fucking film, isn't it?
Yeah, better
If you don't make it, Asylum will. And that's that. That is 2024's Hot Frosty. It's on Netflix. It apparently is drawing higher Rotten Tomato rankings than like Citizen Kane and The Godfather because
Jesus.
the world is a fucking hellscape. But yeah, that's that. We'll see you next week for, regular time for our last film before Christmas, and boy, is it a doozy. Gentlemen, your favourite lines from the film?
I was checking the basement for vampires, and what's cancer?
A man that sweet has to be magic.
I was made of snow, and now I'm made of not snow.
Oh, just Christmas.
Oh, but that's the wrong
He
line.
fucks it.
It's the wrong.
He said so many wigs, I said not many Tories.